Hi, I'm Laura, and welcome to Heart Driven Tarot, where you receive intuitive answers from tarot to your burning questions about life issues and outlooks and more. I am doing a 3-card reading today using the Barbara Moore Classic Tarot deck based on the traditional Rider-Waite. And let's see what energies are up for the week of October 2nd. What type of things will you be likely to need to focus on this week? And I think I got my ding there. I'm going to lay out the 3 cards and I will present them to you. Card number 1. Oh my goodness. The 3 of Swords. That was the lesson last week. The tarot lessons in the Swords, that was the lesson that came up, or the card that I discussed was the 3 of Swords. Now in this image is even more dramatic than, I think, than the traditional Rider-Waite, in that we see this barbed wire all around surrounding the heart. So that it would suggest that this week may be a time for cleansing and clearing, but it may suggest that you've really encapsulated yourself, really tried to be protective of yourself because of heartbreak. And this particular image as well is even more dramatic. It's stark. Looks like a desert. There's some mountains in the background, which is different from the traditional card, which just shows rain clouds and rain streaming down. This is very bleak looking indeed. Now, doesn't mean to be anticipating something horrendous. It just could be suggesting that you need to take a look at your heart and heart issues. And I mentioned with that lesson last week about the healing code, that is a useful practice if you want to really tap into and heal some heart issues. And this card, what comes up for me right now too, is I remember getting this card when I asked about a friend who's been missing in action for about 15 years. In other words, she's refused for not just me, but to respond to me and to other classmates. We've reached out to her numerous times, but basically she's no longer having anything to do with us. And I did a reading for myself one day and asked about her, and this card came up, and I felt that it was indicating that this is a time she just doesn't want. She's put this cage around her. She just doesn't want to be what's the word I'm looking for? She doesn't want to be approached. She doesn't want to have us enter her realm. So she's put this barbed wire around her for whatever reason. May not be mine to discover, but anyway. So I would say that this could suggest that maybe there's been an area of grief or heartbreak, and that you've built this barrier around yourself, and take a look at that and see if that's something that you need to dismantle. The next card, 5 of Pentacles reversed, or 5 of Coins reversed. Now when upright, 2 cards that aren't the most positive looking. Now again, every card in the tarot deck can have both a positive and a negative meaning and interpretation. It all depends on the question asked. Now we're looking at an overall general outlook. Now when this is upright, it's showing a situation which 2 poor people are trudging through the snow. They have rather tattered clothing. They're looking downtrodden. They're ignoring, though, the fact that there's a church with a sanctuary, looks like it's warm inside, with a stained glass window that's right next to them, that they could enter that church. They could seek refuge, seek help. But when it's reversed, it's suggesting to me that what's popping into my mind is that perhaps once you address this area in which you've shut yourself off, perhaps your feelings of scarcity, because the coins also, Pentacles, relate to physical realm, material realm, and this card's often associated with scarcity, that time will come to an end. Things will start looking up a lot more this week. Once you tap into your feelings, it just feels like there'll be a lifting of the clouds. That's what's coming to me intuitively right now. And then finally, Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to double check to make sure, because these get a lot of reversals. No, these cards are mixed up, so They're genuinely reversals that have come up here. Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Coins. The Queen of Pentacles or Coins is a figure who is basking in this beautiful environment, beautiful nature all around her. I've got this rabbit here representing fertility, abundance, etc. She looks very calm and pleased. And everything just appears to be abundant and lush. Now, given that this is reversed, we have two reversals in this reading, and it suggests to me that this week you still may feel a bit cut off from your supply somehow, and that to reverse that, you just need to move or turn within yourself, tune into the idea of abundance. There are many books that say everything starts from the inside out. They have titles along those lines. There are many books I have, I think, on my shelf. It's an inside job, etc. So to be able to shift out of, and it's on the way out, but to truly shift out of any feeling of scarcity, of troubles, of negativity, that you really need to turn within and start imagining and tapping into what it's like to feel the abundance, to move into that realm. That's what's coming to me when I look at this Queen of Pentacles reversed. I don't feel, even though it looks like this reading is not the most positive reading, but that's what came up. It is suggesting to me that this is a week of internal work for you. Now, I'd like to conclude with the reading with another selection from Doreen Virtue's Archangel Oracle cards and see what else we can get from those as an overall conclusion to this reading. Let's see, for the week of October 2nd, what can we gather? Moon cycles. This is a beautiful card. See the moon cycles here. Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. So what comes to mind is that these seeming challenges are all part of the cycle of life. And this, life has its ebbs and flows, its ups and downs. And it would just seem to me that, and I love though that dove, look at that dove that's on top of Haniel's head. This does seem to me to provide solace. Even if there are challenges, tune into the end, realize that it could be just as part of the cycle of life and the cycles of the moon. And I can't remember when the moon cycle, I guess, what is it? It's not right on my calendar at this moment. But just notice how peaceful she looks, though. Kind of accepting and just surrendering to it and not buying into any negativity, but just capitalize. When it's time to retreat, it's time to retreat. When it's time to take action, it's time to take action. So think about that as you go about this coming week. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And until next time, remember, illumine your mind, inspire your life with tarot.